Welcome to Sonic Surge. How are you doing, Kevin?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hi guys. Welcome to the first official episode of Sonic Surge. What is this? This is a podcast.
Yes, this is a cast that we are podding, a pod that we are casting.
ठीक है. What is Sonic Surge? Sonic Surge is a riding group. It's a riding group, and we have made a podcast about it to talk about it and biking. That makes sense.
And our lives
Uh,
around biking because
yeah.
we live lives outside of biking sometimes.
Yeah. Obviously, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Kevin. I'm a dancer by profession. Currently in Berlin to train. Okay, and I don't have my bike here. It's back in India. So we were like, okay, because I can't ride. Let's just do this,
Good
right?
enough.
Let's just talk about it. I've been like riding for 3 years, and no, not 3 years, like 4 years, man. Yeah. I've changed three different bikes. I'm on my third bike right
Damn.
now,
Nice. Hell yeah.
and
One bike per year.
it's not like and technically I did one bike per year, but this current bike stayed for 2 years,
Nice.
which my father was shocked about. He was like, "How? How is this possible?" Okay, we will go into the detail of things. बाद में. Let's just let Moksh introduce yourself.
Thank you. So, my name is Moksh. I'm a musician by profession and automotive enthusiast whenever I'm not in the studio or on stage. I like bikes and I like cars, both. Crazily enough, I don't mind being in a car, but I definitely prefer being in a bike because you can get
Yeah.
much more fun bikes for much cheaper than you can get fun cars. Uh,
Yeah, like it's bad in India, bro.
yeah,
It's
dude.
like bad in,
And the roads don't make
oh
sense
my
for
God.
cars. The roads do not make sense for
Oh,
cars. Even most bikes actually do not make sense on Indian roads, but like शौक के लिए चलता है. But ठीक है, it's
you
cool.
have to adapt to it.
You have to adapt. You're gonna be saddling and doing some off-roading on your sport bikes every once in a while. That will happen.
On
On
city
city
roads,
roads,
you're off-roading.
bro, we have roads that are more potholes than roads. Right.
Yeah.
There's pothole सड़क मिल गई मेरे को pothole. That's our road conditions here. But yeah, I have been
Yeah.
riding also for about 3-4 years now, and I'm on my second bike. I still have my
Mm.
first bike because I don't know how to get rid of a bike. I have not figured that out yet. But like, dude, I know that my first bike is slow, but I can't get rid of it. It's a vibe. My second bike, not slow, not fast, but not slow, fun to ride. And it's kind of shown me a lot about how to adapt to these roads and to the assholes that you find on these roads. I started
Yeah.
making some content to talk more about those adaptations that I'm making. And in the process of doing that, I have started this podcast with the homie, and now we're talking here.
Yeah. So okay, me and Moksh have our separate channels also, where we both make content. I am very regular. Moksh has just started making it. I am
Hopefully, I'll stay
irregular because
regular.
I don't have any equipment at all
Fair
to
enough.
record.
I have managed to gather equipment, so I have no excuses, so I have to be regular.
Yeah, so and the thing is, okay, so Moksh has a music channel different, and his biking channel different. I have, for some reason, done both the things on the same channel. I don't know if
Fun
it's
blend.
good idea or bad idea,
I mean,
but
it
it's just
works.
there.
It's you in one place.
Yeah, and also today I got a good news from I was talking to Varun.
Yeah.
Um, Varun and Penelope, are good friends who are also in this riding group with us. They are starting their own channel because they are a couple and they are starting their own content.
Hell yeah,
And they will
dude.
also be posting riding things also there.
Hell yeah. And they also managed to get their hands on some good equipment. So now they also don't have any
Yeah,
excuses. Let's
yeah, and
go.
like as we are recording this right now, they have posted a reel also mm, with their Insta 360, the new one they got, and it's a good video, right?
Bro mounted that shit to the tail of his bike, and I still have not managed to find the courage to do that with mine. Dude,
He's using us.
if I'm not looking at my camera, I'm dead. I am dead.
Why he told me that he was scared as shit by उसकी फटी वीडियो करने में and he's using a selfie stick to record that
Yeah, and
with zip
zip
ties.
tying it to the chassis, right? Bhai,
Yeah,
crazy, crazy banda. But it looks good. Good shots.
it was good. It was
Yeah.
good. Hmm.
See that
Yeah,
shit?
he told me that you guys are going to buy some mounts.
Yeah, dude. We're planning on going to Karol Bagh, getting some mounts, some gear, hopefully
Hmm.
upgrading some of our content. But yeah,
Yeah,
so our personal channels for all of us are going to be linked in the description of this podcast as well. So if you
yeah.
feel like it,
Krish
you
also
can check it
has
out.
one.
Krish has one as well. Krish also does stuff outside of biking on his channel as well.
Yeah, he does like random rants about things,
Yeah,
I would say.
basically. Yeah.
But it's good, it's good. And I don't think anyone else is making any content
Not
right
at
now.
the moment, no. Yeah. It's just
Yeah,
the five of us. That's enough people,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
That's enough people for a fucking content team, right?
yeah. But nobody fucking shoots content with us.
I'm trying. I'm trying, dude. I'm trying. I'm putting together
Bro,
like I brought a cinematographer into this shit. I am trying so fucking hard. Next Sunday, hopefully we're gonna have some higher quality rollers starting off.
Mm,
But yeah.
bro, I have made more content sitting in Berlin with my old recorded shit than any of the whole group.
That is true. That is true. That you've made me want to go through my footage to get like more shit going as well, man. Let's go.
भाई मैंने
It's working.
एक ही फुटेज से 3 रीलें बना दी अलग अलग
By content
and it's the most
creator.
random clip.
And it works though. It works, dude. How is your stuff doing?
Pretty mid, actually.
In comparison to the stuff that we were doing before, it's the same or like almost there.
Okay, so my kind of fluctuates a lot because my Instagram's algorithm, I don't know, it gets fucked every month.
Dude, Instagram cannot be trusted. Instagram
Yeah,
cannot be
so
trusted.
it's just there, but like content quality has gotten up since I've bought my new phone.
Let's go.
That has gone up, but otherwise, like my GoPro shots are still shit. It's not even a GoPro, it's the easy one.
Oh
It's called
shit.
easy one.
I have heard of
Yeah,
that
it's not
one.
a GoPro.
I have heard of that one.
Yeah,
I,
fuck it is. It's
you took it
right
with you.
here in
Let's
my drawer,
go.
bro.
Let's go. Hell
But I
yeah.
have not recorded anything with it.
Dude, how many S1000 RRs have you seen while you've been in Berlin?
Oh my God, there are so many fucking bikes here, so
Shit,
many.
dude.
And not even just German bikes.
It's
It's everything is there. A lot of people are into like bobbers and shit.
that's dope. How are the roads there?
Oh man, it's
You get
so
it.
fucking good.
That's the point. If you have good roads, anything is possible. The people that are riding dope bikes in India, it's pure passion, right? They're not having
Yeah,
fun doing it.
Indian roads are not meant for something like, the most, I think, highest capacity or highest capability bike meant for India is fucking Dominar.
Yeah, for sure.
Anything higher than that, not needed, not required.
For sure, dude. Today I made a Z900 off-road because we got lost in Gurgaon, and the roads are not roads there. We know this. The roads are dirt. full of water.
Yeah.
It didn't even rain today, dude, and we went through water crossings in Gurgaon.
For sewage, why their sewage planning is shit in Gurgaon.
So yeah, Gurgaon is Gurgaon, and pretty much every other city is just like that. So getting big bikes here is all about just the fun of it, and not really for
It's just the dream, man. It's the
exactly,
about the
dude.
dream of people.
हाँ मेरे को हायाबुसा लेनी थी मैंने ले ली
Exactly, why?
exactly it's to be able to
मेरे
say
को
that
वही
you
लेनी
can
है. हाँ.
yes
Like I
for the
would
David Putra
personally,
2000
exactly why. Like I would, because personally, I'm not into cars at all. Like, okay, I get it, but I don't like driving cars because, Indian traffic is
not worth it
diabolical.
not worth it at all
Yeah. So, like, I would rather buy a fucking Hayabusa than a car for 10 lakh
any day
or 12
any
lakh.
day any day
And I'm saying 10, 12 lakh because I am going to get a second hand one because I want to get a Gen 2, not Gen 3.
agreed
I will
agreed
get a Gen 2.
dude they don't build them the same anymore for sure
Oh man, it's a
emissions
legend.
emissions BS6 Kevin BS6
See, why?
Euro
Speaking of
5
emissions, speaking of emissions, I am planning to buy a electric bike next year.
which one tell them which one
Okay, so there was a
the
huge concept out.
it's a explosive concept
Okay, I'll get the name right also because they put out
yeah
three different models. Yeah, it's called Ola Roadster Pro.
say the first word again
Ola, Ola Electric.
what is Ola known
Ola.
for with their electric vehicles right now
Fucking scooty burning out
dude
of nowhere.
if you go out anywhere in India you're gonna find an Ola lying in some gully somewhere. It's not been used for like 4 months because no
Literally,
one
my
wants to
neighbor
service
has
it.
it.
Exactly, bro. Dude, I went to grab momos the other day. Momo wale ke piche Ola khadi hai. Like, I asked him how long it's been there for. He said he doesn't know. The bro's been there for years, right?
Oh
But
man.
these concepts that they've put out are really fucking cool. That I will agree with.
Okay, so even in this one, they have two options because one is with a higher watt battery pack,
Nice.
one,
Like higher
but
power or
basically
higher capacity?
power, power, not
Power.
capacity.
Okay.
Capacity is same.
Okay.
Yeah, power.
Cool, cool, cool.
So capacity is same. Like it's on paper, it's 579 kilometers certified range in one charge, and it's 194 kilometers per hour top speed. And the price is like for 2 fucking lakh or 2 lakh something.
See, now
Yeah,
every time you tell me about this bike, I have trouble believing you. I don't think this is
exactly.
ever going to exist, dude. I hope it does. If
That's
it exists, it's gonna be crazy. I hope it exists.
yeah,
But I
man.
have trouble believing
Every
that it will.
every time I've talked about this, सबका reaction यही होता है कि भाई it's a lie.
Yeah, it's not been tested, bro.
It's just a concept.
It's a dope
It
concept,
has
for
been,
sure.
yeah, like they have given a full like body out to show it.
And it
They
looks
have shown the
nice.
body of the bike.
It looks
Yeah,
sick.
it looks good. My dad does not like it. He's like कि भाई पीछे से कीचड़ उड़ाएगी है. For some reason because it has a very small mud guard and
Yeah.
it's like very small seat.
You're not keeping that mudguard anyway. I know it's gonna have a tail tidy the
बिल्कुल
second you get it.
नहीं बिल्कुल नहीं
Dude. छोटा सा
ब्रो
है
बट द
वो
थिंग
भी
इज
हटा दिया.
मैंने अभी तक अपनी करंट बाइक में टेल टाइडी नहीं कराई है.
See, but that's because your bike is a I
It doesn't
want
need it.
I want to call it an ADV. What would you call the CB 2000 2000
Okay.
the CB 200X?
CV 2000 David Putra.
David Putra.
Okay, so I would call it a okay, adventure tourer, I would call it.
Okay,
It's more of a touring bike
fair enough.
rather than it is an okay. Concept wise, it is an ADV. It looks like an ADV, but the suspension setup, with my experience, I would say only the suspension needs to be done correctly for it to be an actual like off-road ADV.
Nice. So if
But
you did
it's
swap out the suspension, how would it
it
feel?
would it would be amazing. Like it would be like the Himalayan.
Nice.
It would feel like the Himalayan,
Let's make that happen
which
also.
you have.
Himalayan
I
450. Killer
yeah.
bike. Killer bike.
Okay, so let's just introduce what we have and what we have written. Okay, first I started with a TVS Sport. It was called a TVS Sport. It's not a sports bike. I don't know why is it called a sport. So its name is TVS Sport. It is basically like a Splendor.
Yeah, like a
I started
commuter.
with that.
Full power commuter.
Yeah, it's a 100% uncle bike.
Nice.
So I started with that because basically my dad was like, okay, this is your first bike, you are not spending
Yeah.
anything. Literally, what he did was he went into the nearest showroom. He didn't even see any specific company.
No
He
test
went to the
rides, no nothing.
nothing, nearest showroom, which was a TVS showroom.
Yeah.
It was like 2 minutes away from my house. Went in with me, and the first thing he said, सबसे सस्ती बाइक जो है दिखा दो.
Nice.
And I'm like, bro, I can't say anything
It's a
at
bike.
that
A
time.
bike is a bike.
Huh. And we just went in and bought the cheapest bike we had. So yeah, I started with that, and after that I met Varun. At that time he had a second hand R15 V2.
Varun had an R15.
Yeah, he had an R15.
Why do I not
He
know
has had
this?
my
The
it was
oldest Varun bike I know of is the NS 200.
NS came after R15, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a very big story of how R15 died because basically R15 was his dream bike,
Yeah.
and he bought it. It was like 6 or 7 years old when he bought that shit, and it was very cheap.
Okay.
Uh,
How did it
and
run?
it's
So.
like yeah, it was like the metal was just hanging on with their like it was wobbling. So okay, at that time he had that and I had my bike. So I started modding my bike and I will show you a picture. Okay, before that I had an electric scooty when I was 16
That's
and I
dope.
had used that for
Is
2 years.
it the same one you brought over or is that a different one?
No, 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 no.
Okay, cool.
That one is my dad's.
Okay.
So I had a scooty which was of Hero called Flash और उसकी टॉप स्पीड थी 25 की. उसकी मैंने टॉप स्पीड तेज करवा के 35 करवाई थी.
Okay.
उसकी रेंज थी 40 किलोमीटर.
Okay. 40 kilometers
ठीक है.
on a charge.
हाँ, I started
Bhai.
with an electric actually. Yeah.
No wonder you want that Ola, dude. Throwback.
Yeah, man. And okay. So I'll show you a picture of how my bike was.
Actually, I haven't seen your TVS Sport either, dude.
So it used to look like this. It has both the pictures and सामने से ऐसी दिखती थी ये.
Okay,
Right?
I've seen this on the roads.
And bro, I made this shit out of this.
Oh, nice. What the fuck? That's actually
भाई
sick.
मैंने बकचोदी करी थी बहुत. Like it was fucking modded. भाई जुगाड़ करके mods करवाए थे इसमें बहुत.
Damn,
So
dude. That is a big change.
so yeah, if you see this also, like I did this and I had like fucking weird as mirrors also in it.
Is that headlamp from an Avenger?
That is a heavy duty headlamp जो टीवीएस की होती है ना, वो चलती है, छोटी सी मोपेड।
Oh, oh shit.
भाई मोपेड का हेडलैम्प है, एंड इफ यू सी,
भाई
जो फर्स्ट फर्स्ट हेड का वाइजर है ना, वो निकाल के उसको उल्टा करके उस हेड की उस हेडलैम्प के ऊपर लगा रखा है स्क्रू
नाइस।
से।
मस्त मोहॉक बना दिया बाइक का।
हाँ भाई,
लव इट।
इट वाज फकिंग क्रेजी। एंड देन आई हैड अ क्रैश ऑन दिस बाइक। बेसिकली आधी रात को a drunk guy in a car hit me.
Oh no. Yeah,
I was safe.
that happens a lot in Delhi and Gurgaon and Noida, by the way. So just if you're riding
Yeah,
around here at night, especially, please be careful.
yeah. So I was fine. मैं मेरी आगे से बाइक पूरी लाइक हिल गया था, हैंडल वगैरह सब कुछ। So इंश्योरेंस क्लेम पे दिया, एंड बेसिकली ऑल द मॉड हैड टू गो अवे बिकॉज इंश्योरेंस क्लेम नहीं मिलता नहीं तो।
Yeah.
So जिस दिन मेरे को बाइक वापस मिली है, उसी दिन बाइक बेच के नई खरीदी है ना।
बढ़िया।
And after that, I bought fucking Pulsar RS.
I didn't know you had an RS.
And then I made it fucking chrome. And I painted the wheels red on this shit.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. That is sick. That is fucking sick. How is this
So,
compared to the
okay,
R15? Because I've seen lots of comparisons between these two bikes.
way much better. Way, way better.
Hell yeah, dude.
And okay, during all of this, before that, my brother had an R15 before that.
And that's
All of this.
is that the same R15 that you brought to the group, or is that a different one?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, it's the same one because it's currently it's like 6, 7 years old. 6 years old, I think. 6 to 7 years old.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's the only R15 I've ever ridden.
Okay, now I will tell you what happened with Varun's R15. एक दिन चलते हुए वरुण की, so me and him were traveling from Noida to Delhi. He was going to Karol Bagh. I was going to my old Delhi. And we are going to our houses. And नोएडा एक्सप्रेसवे जो है, हमने नोएडा क्रॉस भी नहीं करा है, हम एक्सप्रेसवे पे हैं। वरुण's बाइक stops working,
Just
completely
shuts
stops
off.
working. So it was giving problems, like the engine was cutting off. We were like, okay, let's just ride. We'll see it tomorrow.
Yeah.
In the middle of the highway, it just stops. It shuts off. And we were like thinking maybe it's the petrol issue or some other issue. Maybe it's the oil. So we dragged the bike from there to Karol Bagh. We literally dragged the bike, and it was like good 15 kilometers
Yeah.
in the middle of the night at like 12 a.m.
That's some fucking story.
Yeah, and we what so in the night we were on call with our mechanic also is our, and he was telling us things to try out and nothing worked.
Is that the same one
So
that modded the Apache into a Busa?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Good mechanic. Good mechanic.
So we just went to Karol Bagh, and we literally, so his shop was not open. Obviously, it's
Yeah.
middle of the night. We didn't go to Varun's house. His house is very nearby his our mechanic's place. We went to the mechanic's place. We just dropped the bike there. Next day, Varun goes. They open up the bike. The pistons of that bike are crushed. It's chura, bhai. It's dust. The
And
engine is dust.
for anyone that hasn't seen the pistons of an R15, they're already like this small to begin with. So with
Yeah,
them being crushed, they're like gone.
yeah.
It
It's
exist ही
dust.
नहीं करता फिर वो.
No, the
Fuck.
engine was gone. It was completely gone.
Thanos snapped it out of existence, bro.
Yeah. And that after that, the thing is, Varun loved that bike so much. Even if it was like shitty, I could not actually tell him it was shit.
Yeah.
Okay, nobody. Okay, it was fine. It was not bad. It was decent. But if you compare it with an actual R15, I have seen other good, better R15s.
Like good bike, but in bad shape.
Yeah. So he put a lot of money rebuilding that engine. And even
Not a
after
good
that,
idea.
exactly, he was in love with that bike. He put a lot of money into it after that. After that, it also didn't work. And the second that guy sold that bike, because his mechanic was the person, he was like, he suggested him, dude, you need to sell this shit. You can't keep it. It's not working. The minute he sells it, the guy he has sold it to, that bike works completely fine for that guy.
Like after he spent all that money rebuilding the engine, though.
Yeah, but the thing is, even when that guy drove it, it's fine. But as soon as Varun drives it, it's going down. So it was
It's like a
like
curse.
it's yeah, it was kind of cursed, like it was not meant to be.
Shit, dude.
And it was like I think in a span of like 6 months or a year, I think which it happened, maybe less than a year. Okay. It reminds me of the story of my RS.
Yeah.
I sold my TVS Ford. I bought my RS. So my RS was again a 6-year-old bike. पुरानी थी बहुत. We were thinking of selling the commuter bike and we just put in 20,000 more and got that bike because again the budget was not that much for my
Yeah.
father. He was like, I'm not spending money on bike because you will fucking
Destroy it anyway.
so because basically my father never trusted me with any bikes. He was like, you will either crash or you will do some shit. So I'm not giving you a faster bike.
It happens.
And as a first bike also.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay, I got the RS. It was amazing. The engine was good, everything was good. And one day it just shuts off. It
Same
just
story.
stops working. No, not really the same, but okay. So I go to the service center multiple times and they do different things. They try out different things. Then basically what was happening, my bike was overheating a lot,
Oh, wow. Is this one air cooled or liquid cooled?
liquid cooled.
Okay.
So in the end, what we got to know that the coolant was getting mixed into the engine oil somewhere, and that's why the coolant was not working. And my engine needs to be rebuilt
Oh no.
of the bike. It's the same thing. The engine needs to be rebuilt. And
Man,
it
you
was
guys have
like,
had heartbreaking bike stories.
yeah. And it's like, he said to rebuild the engine, it's like 25K because it's the same engine which KTM also has.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I sold that bike for 25,000 to the company only, to Bajaj only.
Fair.
I got it fixed to somehow work. Like it was working, but I can't run it more than like 5 kilometers, otherwise it will shut off and get overheated. I go to the nearest Bajaj showroom after this from directly from the service center. Go to the showroom. I sold that bike off,
Yeah.
and they didn't even check if it was broken or not.
So, guys, if
They
you
just
ever want to sell a broken Bajaj, take it straight to the dealer. Let's
yeah,
go.
and they basically turned on the bike. This started the engine. Engine is sounding good. Like it doesn't sound bad at all. They revved the engine. Engine is working. Turned it off. Sold.
Lovely.
Didn't run it.
Lovely. No test ride needed. Apni to bike hai.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I went to the showroom. I didn't go to a dealer or anything because that
Yeah.
would have fucked with my mind.
Yeah.
Like I'm going directly to the showroom, they will buy it. Because that is the thing. Like showrooms buy it and they sell it off to other like dealers directly. So yeah, and after that, I waited for like 1 or 2 months. Then I got my Honda CB200X.
Hell yeah.
So my budget was 1.5. Okay, so I am a sports bike guy. I like sports bikes.
Yeah.
In that budget, there is no sports bikes at all.
Yeah.
Even the R15 is fucking more than 2 lakh
Yeah. If you're
at
getting it
that time.
new
Like
at
2 years,
least.
2 years ago, it was already crossed
Yeah.
2 lakh. Till that day, when I went searching for bikes, I actually didn't know this bike existed.
Yeah,
actually.
until I saw you ride it, and I think I'd seen it maybe like once before in Delhi. I also had like very little idea about what that bike is. So
Yeah,
pretty rare.
and it's basically like I'm going to the showrooms. I was pretty like sure I'm going to get a naked bike
Yeah,
maybe. So when I got into the Honda showroom, I was going there to watch the Hornet.
yeah.
And as I go inside, beside the Hornet, this was standing, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? It has
Nice.
fairings.
Nice.
It has a good fairing. It looks good.
Hell yeah.
It is a big bike. It looks like a big. It is not a big bike at all.
But it looks like one for sure.
It looks like a big bike.
Dude, you've had people
Like it.
stop you in our rides being like, what bike is that, bro? And those are guys that are riding Harleys.
Yeah.
So that's sick.
Once, like in Throttle Shottle Noida, there's like people in like ZX10R, and they're talking to me about my bike. And they're like, "Oh, this is a sick bike," and I'm like, "Bro, what?
It's a
Look at
200,
yours."
bro. It's a 200.
It's not even a 200. It's fucking 184 cc.
Oh, wow.
It's a scam for a 200.
Nice.
It's a disgrace to call it a 200. Okay, but it's just branded. I don't know for so what they actually did is the mod where you take a normal engine from any bike and put a bigger piston into it.
Yeah. Reboring, basically.
Yeah, reboring. That's basically what Honda did with the Hornet engine. So Hornet
Okay.
has a 160 cc engine. They just put a bigger piston
Piston in
into
it.
it and made into a 184 cc engine. It's basically what they did.
Fair
And they
enough.
call it a and they call it a different engine.
Nice.
But it's not.
If it works, it works.
Yeah. I might also be wrong about that. Don't
Mhm.
quote me. Okay.
Okay.
But that is what I feel that they did.
Mm-hmm.
Because it literally does not feel like a two. Because again, I have the experience from my RS, I have experience from the R15.
Yeah.
It does not run the same way. It also has 5 gears.
Mm-hmm.
It's a touring bike. It drives like okay. Its competitor is Hunter 350. It's my
Okay.
bike is better than Hunter
Yeah.
100%,
Yeah.
but its comparison would be to a Hunter or a Ronin,
Yeah.
TVS Ronin.
Yeah.
Those bikes. Like it's better than a 160, but less than a 200. It's right in the middle,
Makes sense.
where there is no other bikes
But
other than Royal Enfields.
has its own little market also. Because like no bikes with fairings for sure in that segment.
Yeah, and because of this reason, this bike is very successful in South India actually. But
Okay.
in North India, nobody fucking buys it.
I saw
Nobody. I have,
one with lowering straps on it for some reason.
yeah,
That made no sense to me. Lowering
I have
straps on the
only
back. Like for why, dude? Why?
people do weird because the thing is, this bike is so rare that it has no mods available for it.
Yeah.
You have to do jugaad mods on it if you want it to work.
Yeah.
And like that's why I've also not modded it, and because I also don't want to get stopped by the police. The only mod I've done is take out my fucking DB
DB
killer.
killer, yeah. Also, you got stickers that look sick.
Yeah, I've got stickers and I've got I've wrapped my bike a little with a white wrap
Okay, so
to
that's
give
not
it a good
stock.
look.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, so I've made my bike very, very clean, actually. It looks more clean. It looks more appealing than the original stock one. So I have only seen other than my bike only like two or three more bikes. Because when I went to buy that bike, that was the last bike they had.
Okay.
I think the other bikes which I saw were even older than mine.
Yeah.
Because I think after the year I bought it 2 years ago, which was 2022. I think after that they have stopped
Making
selling
it.
this bike
Yeah.
in yeah North India at least.
Okay.
And you would think that because this bike is rare, so people would be it's a rare bike. Oh, we should buy it. No, not at all. Its resale value is shit.
Okay.
That's why I was planning to sell it like last year. I was planning to sell it. I even talked to me and Varun talked to some dealer, and they were just not taking the bike for the price I want to sell it for. And I'm like, bro, it's just been 1 year. How can that shit go so low?
But that means now you get to keep it
So
forever. So.
no, not forever. I will tell you. Okay, so last year I was planning to buy a Dominar, but then I was like, maybe not, because I want to go into sports bikes.
Yeah.
Dominar is an upgrade for me, power-wise and everything, but I don't want to go into again another touring fucking bike.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let's just wait a while. That's why my next goal is to buy electric. Either, okay, I have two in mind, either the Ola if it's fucking real. Other,
Yeah.
other than I have one which is called Pirato Disruptor. It's from Okaya
Yeah.
company,
Yeah.
and its whole design is based out of Ninja 300,
Yeah.
and it's a cool bike. So yeah, that's what I'm planning. And after that, if I have the money, after that, I will get a sport bike, a higher CC one. Not sure which one, right? Maybe an Aprilia.
Yeah, I was about to say because we'd been talking about that bike for a while. I've
Yeah,
been wanting an Aprilia too, but definitely not right now, man. Money is money.
we are actually in the same situation right now. Like, we want to save up a bit. He wants to sell his Bullet,
Yeah.
right? And I want to sell my
Classic. It's
Honda
not a
after
bullet.
I get my.
It's not a bullet, it's a classic. That's a
It's a
pet peeve
classic.
of mine. बट हाँ ठीक है मतलब बुल्ट है ठीक है कोई नहीं.
Yeah. You want to sell your bike, I want to sell my bike. Because you already have the second bike. I don't have a second bike. So first I want to get my second bike,
Yeah.
then I want to buy, an upgrade. Other than that, RM5 is still existing. It's okay. Recently, the RM5 got its engine rebuilt.
Again, another one? No, dude.
Again, six years completed by
Ah,
any 200cc bike or 150cc bike. After 6 years, it wears off. It needs an engine rebuild.
fair enough.
So yeah, it still exists. So currently, my garage looks like RM5, which is my cousin's, my CB200X. I have two Axis scooty. Like one is my sister's, one is my chacha's. Um, and then I also have a EV scooter, which is Okinawa I-Praise Plus.
That's
Yeah.
a easy name to
That,
remember, rolls right off the tongue. Nice.
so yeah, that is my dad's scooty. So like I use it sometimes when I want to fucking save upon petrol
Makes sense.
because I'm not made of money,
Makes
and I
sense.
also don't make money right now.
Yeah. That's sick, dude.
Yeah,
Man, what is it with these fucking R15s getting rebuilt, man?
any 200cc bike, even KTM's, any
Yeah.
KTM after 30,000 kilometers, it needs a fucking engine rebuild for
Okay.
some reason.
Damn.
And
I didn't know
that is
that
the
about
same thing
them.
with Bajaj.
I mean, Bajaj,
Bajaj and
KTM,
KTM.
same
Yeah,
engines, so
yeah.
yeah. For
But
those of
Bajaj
you that
are,
don't know, in India, not even in India, globally, the smaller KTMs, their engines are made by Bajaj in India. So if
yeah.
they're all born out of one collab from these guys.
Yeah, because basically in India, if any company wants to come into India, they have to tie up with a Indian brand first,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then can basically establish themselves
Yeah.
as their
So
own.
BMW has tied up
Yeah,
with TVS and Hero has
in
Harley has tied up
motorbikes,
with
in
Hero.
motorbikes. Yeah, Harley's with Hero. Um,
Also, it's happening with cars now, by the way. We have Toyota tying up with
yeah,
Maruti.
because not Maruti, Suzuki. Because
See,
Suzuki was with Maruti first.
that makes sense. That makes sense. The Toyota's tie-up is with Suzuki, but now they're rebadging the cars that Maruti made for Suzuki.
Yeah,
And surprisingly enough, we're getting Suzuki badges on Toyota cars, which is something new. I didn't think I'd live to see that, but it's cool. It's cool. I don't agree with it, but it's fine. I'm very salty about it, dude.
yeah.
I don't like the rebadging culture that's going on in the Indian automotive scene right now at all. Give us
It's
new
just
shit. Please
save
give
up
us new shit.
money. It's just to save up money, man. It's the same thing like Aprilia tied up with Vespa,
Yeah.
and because they started with scooters first,
Yeah. Oh yeah,
and
yeah. As
Triumph.
Aprilia India, by the way, is entire network is based on their scooter market, and just now they're making their first sport bike in India.
Yeah, and Triumph is collabed with
Bajaj also. Triumph is also with
Bajaj. Yeah,
Bajaj.
also
Yeah.
Bajaj. Yeah.
Because the 400s, the new
See,
400s are all Bajaj engines.
it's the fucking Dominar engine,
Exactly, dude. But they did
which is
revamp it.
also the KTM.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So KTM's,
KTM
Triumphs,
390.
and Bajaj's in India all have the same engines with a slightly different map. I don't know how they're getting away with this shit. It's a good engine. It works, but I don't know how
But
they're
the
getting away
thing
with this
is,
shit.
all the three bikes are completely different to ride, and their
Yeah.
feel, everything is completely different.
Yeah.
That's why they're getting away with it.
And at
Because
least
all
they
of them
put
are
in that
complete.
work. At least they put that work in.
Yeah, they are, all three of them are in different segments also.
Yeah, which is smart. And now Bajaj has 400s in two segments now, right? They just launched the Pulsar 400 as well.
Yes, I think it's called the NS 400Z. It's the NS, not the N. N has 150, 160, and a 250.
So the Ns are the commuter class and the NS is the naked sport.
They are not the commuter class also. Naked,
Yeah, so like
it's
street, I
the
would say
N is
street
that.
naked.
Yeah,
Okay.
street bike. It's a street bike. Because commuter classes comes in like 125 cc.
Yeah.
That would be like your Raider or NS 125.
There's an NS 125?
Or yeah, there is an NS 125 also.
Damn. So I have not explored the world of motorcycles below 200 cc nearly enough. So you're gonna be constantly giving me new information about this. So we're gonna have like
Mm.
fucking episodes and episodes on small capacity motorcycles. So hell
Yeah,
yeah.
man. Like I keep a lot of my eye on the thing, even if like I don't plan of buying all of those bikes or not. I just keep an eye on the bikes because I have knowledge. A lot of people like Ayush or like Vasu in the future, if he wants to, they come to me and they ask me, okay, what bike should I buy? Okay, I ask them, what is your budget? What do you actually want to do with the bike? How far you taking it? The maintenance cost, the mileage, everything. According to that, then I will tell the person, okay, you should buy this bike. Okay, let's just talk about your bike
Okay.
and then let's end it because we have a lot of shit to talk about.
Yes, sir. And we can't
Yeah,
put everything into
because
one episode because we'll also cut
we if
it.
we talk
We'll keep
we
going.
will go on
This is gonna
forever.
be like a
Yeah,
6, 7 hour podcast. I'm gonna have to cut a lot of it. But it's cool. It won't be hyper edited. It will be seamless.
yeah.
Okay. So, my first bike story was a little strange, right? So, I wanted my first bike to be an EV. Strangely
Mm.
enough, I had been asking around about the Revolt RV 300 back then.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I really wanted that shit. I'd been watching like reviews and stuff all day, every day. I really wanted that fucking bike. And I was like hinting at it full power. I'm like, but they are just I want a revolt. So and then my dad was like, fuck no, I'm not getting you a bike. Great. So I had zero expectations. I had zero expectations.
For context, his father is a rider.
Yeah, full power. But at this time, he had not ridden for years. So my dad was
Mm.
getting back into bikes around the same time that
Okay.
I was getting into bikes.
Mm.
But I started showing interest in motorcycles, and I knew that he used to ride when he was my age. I was like, bro, you used to ride when you were my age. Everyone should know how to ride a motorcycle. It is obvious. And
Mm.
like, बचपन से शौक है अपने को. I used to be the guy. I used to be the bachcha who used to sit on other people's bikes and get pictures clicked. Like I was that kid.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I started hinting towards it, and then I just started full power being like, I really want a revolt, please. And then he was like, I'm not getting you a bike. And I was like, "Chalo, theek hai." I tried. Then on my birthday, This is in the middle of COVID. I have some online classes going on. These guys leave in the morning. My classes end, and from the gate I hear duck 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 duck. I'm like, excuse me, what the fuck just happened? What the fuck is going on here? Because at the most that I could have expected would have been a revolt, right? I never would have expected this. I didn't even expect that there would be a bike. But
Mm.
I walk outside my house and I see my dad on this shit. And then I'm like, bro, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? You did not just do that. And then my dad
Oh,
takes me for a
man.
ride. And I was like, Acha, theek hai. So you got yourself a bike for my birthday. Fuck you. He's like, I will give you the
This is
keys
yours.
tonight. This is your motorcycle. Happy
Mm.
birthday. I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's go. He picked this bike because, again, discs on the front and the back, dual channel ABS. I am
Mm.
Punjabi and my dad is Punjabi and my family is fucking Punjabi. And एक चीज होता है पंजाबी फैमिलीज में, हर लौंडे को लाइफ में एक बार बुल्ट
Bolt चाहिए,
चाहिए
हाँ.
बुल्ट चाहिए भाई. एंड माई डैड वाज लाइक, यार अगर मैंने इसको नहीं सिखाया तो किसी से सीख के बकवास राइडिंग करेगा. आई एम गोना टीच हिम द वे दैट आई वांट हिम टू लर्न. And
Mm.
I respect my dad for that big time. My dad taught his dad how to ride, which
Mm.
is a story I will talk about on another podcast. We should get my dad for an episode.
Yeah, yeah,
But
definitely.
yeah, so anyway, he taught me how to ride, and I learned on the classic 350. And
Mm.
a lot of people were telling me that that's a shit idea, right? I had ridden like one CBC Extreme 150 मेरे दोस्त की many
Those
years
people
ago.
include me. I am one of those people.
Exactly. Learning on a classic 350, I have heard from so many people, is a terrible idea. But I'm so fucking glad I did it. Right? Because now,
But
after.
what can I say? I learned on a fucking RM5. मैं
There
क्या
you
ही.
go, dude. Learning on bikes that are difficult to learn on is the best idea. Because now I can ride just about anything I want to. And
Yeah,
I'm
that is
fine
true.
with it. Because it's a heavy bike, it's not a light one. I did my
Yeah.
license test on that motorcycle, bro. And I got my license. So I तब से चौड़ में चल रहा थोड़ा सा मैं. But nah, dude, the classic 350, it's a fun bike. It's not perfect. I will say that.
Yeah.
It's absolutely not perfect. It's the farthest thing from perfect. But do I still love that bike? Hell fucking yeah. I don't know how to get rid of it, dude. I don't know if I want to get rid of it because I recently started riding it again just around.
Hmm.
It's got a vibe. It's got a vibe
It
to
feels
it.
good. Yeah, it feels good. Yeah.
And I rode that bike from 2019 till, not 2019, 2020 till 2024.
Hmm.
So for 4 years, I rode that bike. And then
Damn.
just this year, I managed to get my hands on the Himalayan 450. Because my dad and I, we took a test ride. Both of us fell in
Ooh.
love with that motorcycle the instant we
Yes,
rode it.
sir.
And this is after my dad has got himself the Tiger 900. So he has the ADV experience now, and he's had that for 2 years. And I wanted to get in on that ADV shit. So we take a test ride. We rent that bike out for 2 days from Torque
Hmm.
Rides. One day I ride it around, one day he rides it around. I can't get that bike out of my head, right? And
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for it to come to the dealerships around me. And this one random day, it's like, I booked it. I'm like, shit, dude, let's go. So
Nice, bhai.
the waiting period
Your dad
started.
is fucking awesome, bhai.
My dad is crazy, especially when it comes to bikes. My dad is fucking crazy. Like if he enjoys
Yeah.
something, he will make sure that like he has it.
ये लेना है,
ये
yeah.
चाहिए भाई, ये चाहिए.
My dad is complete opposite of that shit, bro.
So that's
तुझे
the
कुछ
thing.
लेना है? नहीं लेना.
My dad is the kind of guy that will be like, ठीक है, I'm going to buy this person two bikes his entire life. His
Hmm.
first bike and his second bike are on me because I want him to learn properly and then I want him to enjoy safely. अब इसके आगे
Yeah.
से जो करना है ये खुद करेगा.
खुद करो.
Exactly. So now he's like, bro, I'm not buying you shit. The Himalayan is my gift to you forever. So cool.
But bhai, having
It's a
a
damn good
Himalayan
gift.
given also, it's amazing,
It is
bhai. It's
crazy.
amazing.
I am so grateful for that. And I'm also really
But one,
grateful that he wants me to do my own shit after this. For that
yeah,
matter.
but one
Because,
question I have
yeah.
about that is कि when you were seeing, तो हिमालयन के alternate तुमने कोई और बाइक्स देखी थी?
Dude, so in that category, for adventure touring motorcycles, the only
Hmm.
alternatives were KTM Adventure 390. वो देखी थी. Did not enjoy it nearly as much. Suspension setup was not there.
It's
It's got
not
a
there.
it's got
Yeah,
a very fun engine, but the suspension setup is nothing in comparison to the Himalayan.
yeah,
And
that is true.
again, if you've ridden this one, I will ask you to come off-roading with me sometime. This bike, dude, it's so balanced on road and it's so balanced off road, and there's nothing quite like it. Even the Tiger does
Hmm.
not compare. Because the Tiger is
Hmm.
it's just a big bike, right? You can't have fun with it off
Big
road.
bikes off-road is not the thing
Exactly.
you want to do, man.
So if I want to go touring and I also want to go off road and I also want to have fun with it in the city, Himalayan was the perfect.
It's the perfect bike.
Now he told me
The
that
only thing I would say is कि the first Himalayan was trash according to me.
exactly. So that was the bike that he wanted me to start on, actually. Himalayan 411.
Mhm.
But because that was not a reliable machine at all, he was like, nay, I am not going to put this guy on a dangerous motorcycle. Classic 350 sahi hai. And then, as and when he realized that I am riding at a high enough level, that I am at the limit of the classic 350 all the fucking time, right? I am top speed
That
gunning
bike
this
has a
shit.
very small limit also.
Exactly. It's a very small limit. So when I start telling him stuff like, dude, I was trying to cross 120 this morning, but मेरे से 110 से ऊपर ही नहीं गई, and then he's like, भाई तुम्हारे बाइक की टॉप स्पीड 110 है.
110.
मैंने बोला shit. ठीक है कोई नहीं 110 पे एंजॉय करते हैं, and then I enjoyed it at 110 for as long as I could. I got my
Hmm.
license and I toured with the classic 350 also, and then we moved on to the Himalayan. Now the classic is still there, but I
Yeah.
would be lying if I said I enjoyed nearly as much as the Himalayan, because bro, the Sherpa 450 is a fucking that is a fucking engine, dude. That is
Yeah,
an engine. It
bhai.
does not feel like a Royal Enfield. It does not feel like a Royal Enfield, but dude, it the vibes are there. The vibes are there, full power. I recently
It's
tried.
actually the only Royal Enfield which I actually like.
Exactly. I haven't ridden the Guerrilla 450 yet. Now, I feel like that would be pretty
That
enjoyable
might be
also,
good. Yeah, yeah,
but not as fun when you take it touring, not as fun when you take it off road. And with the kind of
yeah.
things that I like doing with my bike, Himalayan is it's the only one for me right
It's the
now,
bike.
at least
Yeah.
right now. Now, I rode the 390 Adventure again after getting the Himalayan.
Hmm.
Nah.
I know the feeling because I have also ridden 390 Adventure and I have also ridden your Himalayan and
The
I
differences
know
are there.
exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Because even though the refinement levels are similar, yeah, Royal Enfield's
The
refinement,
390 is faster, I would say,
yeah.
more torquey and more faster, but Himalayan is just more well built and well versed, I would say.
I wouldn't
Because
even say
no,
faster and
Himalayan
more
has,
torquey. I would say it has a slightly higher ceiling. For
yeah,
sure. Because, see, Himalayan revs up till about 9,000 RPM, where the
hmm,
390 Adventure revs up to about
it goes
10 and a
more.
half,
Yeah,
10,500
yeah.
RPM. But at the same time, when I rode the 390 Adventure after touring on the Himalayan, I realized that to
Hmm.
do everything that I do on my bike, I have to keep the 390 Adventure 1000 RPM higher. So the higher
Hmm.
ceiling and the higher rev limit is just matching my bike in performance and power.
Hmm.
And with the weight of
Because
the 390 Adventure, it doesn't feel like it doesn't have the dukeness to it because of its
yeah,
weight.
it does. It doesn't. It doesn't.
If it was a
But
Duke, I would understand.
Duke is off the thing.
That's
Okay,
off the
it's
charts.
completely.
It's a completely
Yeah.
different thing. It's a completely different bike.
या बट मैंने ओके जितनी जिस रोड पे जितनी मैंने तेरी हिमालयन चलाई थी मैंने उसी सेम एग्जैक्ट रोड पे वो चलाई थी द ड्यूक एडवेंचर 390 दैट्स व्हाई मैं सिर्फ उतने ही उस पे जज कर पा रहा हूँ विच इज लाइक 2 किलोमीटर्स
Yeah.
ऑफ रनिंग बोथ द बाइक्स
I'm
तो
talking
मैंने उस हिसाब से जज करा एंड
thousands of
राइडिंग
kilometers.
बिटवीन दो एग्जैक्टली एंड riding between those two bikes, the difference of time was 2 years का gap.
Oh wow. Dude, ride the 390 Adventure again. Now that you've ridden my bike, ride the 390 Adventure again and ride my bike for longer. You'll
Hmm.
see what I'm talking about. Because the power delivery of my bike and the torque delivery of my bike, for
Hmm.
some reason, even though they're like by numbers they're comparable, it just
Hmm.
feels like a completely different class of bikes. It feels like
Yeah,
it's a segment higher, even though they are priced basically the same and they are built at
I
basically
think
the same
390 is
qualities.
more expensive.
390 is a
Is
little,
it
the
not?
new one is more expensive than the Himalayan. Yeah,
It's a KTM, I
it's a KTM.
obviously.
But
The
yeah,
fucking
dude,
KTM 125 Duke RC and Duke 125s are expensive as shit for some reason. I don't know why.
because of the name, bro. It's
Band.
all in the
Yeah.
name. Now, see the name Royal Enfield, Desi,
Oh my
full
God.
power Desi. It it it's it starts and ends with भाई बुल्ट है. At the
हाँ
end
भाई
of the day, हर
I'm
रॉयल एनफील्ड के
literally
अंदर बुल्ट है.
not going to lie. I don't like Royal Enfields at all. Yeah,
I
just
do.
because the
It's
Bolt people.
I get it.
Because of the Bolt
I
people.
don't like those guys either. I don't like those guys either. Then that's the reason I've kept both of my Royal Enfields completely stock because I don't want to be a Bolt wala banda. Right.
Exactly.
Because if you put an aftermarket exhaust on my slow 350, it will be the most annoying bike on the road. And I know this
Exactly.
because this bike's exhaust is like a it's just a very silent purring exhaust. The same exact bike in front of me on the expressway was going "Bot, bot, 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 bot." And I could not tolerate it, dude. I slowed down so that they would leave. And then guess what?
Exactly.
I caught up with them 5 minutes later because my bike was faster because they broke their fucking bike. Right? Because they're reliable if you keep them stock. They're
Yeah,
reliable
man.
only if you keep them stock. And if you look
My
at like modified Royal Enfields, reliability goes down the fucking drain.
I my elder cousin had a okay, so this guy is like very, very, very old than me. Like मेरा ताऊ जी का बेटा है. Right now he's like 30 something. He's in his 30s right now. And that guy had a craze for bullet.
Yeah.
And when I was in school, like 16 something, he bought a bullet, a very old bullet, जिसमें उल्टे पैर पे गियर होता था,
Yep.
right? Which was also the kick for that bike.
Oof.
That bike was so shit,
Yeah, no.
bro. It broke down every day. Every day it broke down. To start that bike, you have to fucking kick that, kick the bike for half an hour.
Ugh. Guess how many kicks
and
my
keep
bike
it
takes?
on
Guess how many kicks
and
my
keep
bike
it
takes?
on for half an hour, bhai.
Bro, one
One
kick.
or two.
One kick.
Yeah,
Straight up. And that is when the
he
battery is
had,
dead.
yeah,
So,
he
dude,
had to kick that bike half an hour for every day to start that shit up.
why would you even ride that? Right. The only place I've ever ridden a bike like that was in the mountains. There's this place in Himachal called Tirthan Valley.
Hmm.
वहाँ पे I rode a old Bullet. And the
Yeah.
only reason that that was the right bike for that environment is because those engines used to be really fucking torquey.
Hmm.
If you want to go up a hill, that bike will do it for you. But after
Yeah.
the Himalayan has come out, there is no reason to have
No
any of those
reason.
bikes in
Yeah.
your garage.
Exactly.
But yeah, so my history with bikes, there's been two bikes, and I've had also a history with cars. My history
Hmm.
with cars has been a little interesting and also a little sad. So I learned in my mom's old Corolla Altis, and I loved that car. It had a beautiful
Oh.
1.8 liter four cylinder engine, and oh, dude, that engine
And
was
that
derived
car is
from the
amazing.
that engine was derived from the old Yamaha collaborations that Toyota had with 90s era
Hmm.
Toyota engines. So it had the
Yeah.
same architecture. It was basically like a tiny 2JZ. And
Hmm.
dude, that car, man, that car was fucking sick. Car had a great suspension setup, it had a great engine, it had a 4-speed automatic. 4-speed automatic. And I never needed more than that in that car.
Hmm.
But guess what happened?
Fucking 15-year-old,
15-year-old car.
man.
And
Like
bro,
the shittiest rule in
we
fucking in
kept it
Delhi.
in perfect condition, dude. Perfect
It's the
condition.
shittiest
There
rule.
was nothing wrong with that car. The entire lifespan of that car. And till the end of its life, it was meeting emission norms also because we never did anything to it. It was completely stock.
It's, it's government propaganda, bhai. And sure, to
Yeah,
make you buy more cars.
and that sucks. And then after we had to scrap that car, literally, it didn't even go to someone that would use it. It had to go to a scrapyard because it can't go anywhere else. They didn't let
Yeah.
us put it anywhere else. No transfer of the registration certificate was possible after the 15-year mark. So a perfectly running car had to go to a scrapyard. And then after
Mm.
that, I started hating Indian automotive laws. And that's when I realized that bikes are kind of where it's at. And cars, the government doesn't even want you to have them, so why would you want them?
Exactly, right.
So now I
The
drive
government doesn't
a
want you to
now
sit
I
on it.
drive a three-cylinder turbocharged uh, Tata Altroz.
All-
It's okay. I like it.
I
It's a
like
good
Tata.
car. It's a good car. But if I'm comparing it to the Altis, nah,
No
dude.
comparison, by
No fucking
nothing.
comparison.
No,
They do not build cars the same way anymore.
बिल्कुल नहीं.
So now I will only buy another car when I find an EV that really works for me. And then I
Mm.
will mod the shit out of my Altros and turn it into a rally car. And I'll still keep
Yeah.
my bikes as my daily drivers. So
Mm.
that's kind of the history of my obsession with engines.
EV also, okay, so what type of, okay, are you trying to get a EV car,
Ye-
right?
Yeah, eventually, yes,
But
but
what type
not
of
yet.
EV?
So here's where I am kind of in two minds about this thing. If I'm going pure EV, I
Hmm.
enjoy the BYD Seal right now, but I'm
Ooh.
wanting a BYD hatch to come out because I don't think sedans make sense in India.
It's fucking expensive also.
It's fucking expensive also. So, but EVs in general in India are expensive right now. If you
Yeah.
look at even the Tata EVs, just
Tata
because
Nexon is fine.
it's fine, but if you look at the ICE version and the EV version, the price delta is crazy. It does not make
Yeah,
sense to
that
pay
is
that
there.
much more for a car that
Have you seen
performs
the
not
fucking
even as
MG
well.
Comet?
I don't like that shit. Fuck that car. Fuck that car. It is a shoebox. I'm not gonna drive a shoebox.
Why
Dude,
does that car exist?
that was when I was making my list of cars that I want to test drive when I was getting the Altros. People were telling me, bro, MG की कॉमेट आई है, ट्राई करियो। भाई मैं उस गाड़ी में बैठने नहीं वाला हूँ, तुम मुझे उस गाड़ी में देखने नहीं वाले हो कभी।
भाई तो गाड़ी में फिट भी नहीं होगा।
Bro, exactly. I'm not even going to be a passenger in that car ever. If you see me in that car, you can shoot me on sight. I swear. MG Comet never. I don't like MG cars. Straight up. I don't like MG's engines and I don't like MG's EVs. MGs are just kind of shitty. They're
Yeah,
they put too much into the premium aspect of it and they do not focus on the right quality at all. They don't
yeah,
focus on actually making it fun to drive. I like cars
mm,
that are fun to drive. Altroz is underpowered. Yes, it has a turbocharger, but it's like a 110 horsepower shitbox at the end of the day. Right?
yeah. It's an
But
Indian car. It's an Indian road car. It's
exactly.
genuine thing.
But it is still fun to drive because it has
Yeah,
a fucking 5-speed manual gearbox. Your good old classic car vibes are in there. And it has your creature
mm,
comforts of your modern car. So I found that that was the happy medium. That's my history with cars. When I do get an EV, this car is gonna go full rally mods and I will drive it almost nowhere.
I wanted to ask you one thing. तेरा कार से काम होता है like traveling a lot.
I do. The reason I have to have a car is because as a musician, I'm carrying gear
Equipment.
around from
Right.
exactly. So most of the time, I'm not even using the back seat. My back seat is folded down. My Altroz is a two-seater with cargo space. That is what my car is because I'm usually lugging around a piano with an amplifier and a stand, and there's speakers in there, and there's a microphone set in there. So I need to have that space. So I can't not have a car.
So
For
yeah,
me,
because
it's work based.
if you didn't really need a car, I
I
would
would have a
suggest you
much
to get an
nicer bike.
EV bike.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
I would have a much fancier bike. But if I have to have a car and a bike, what I have right now, it feels like where I am in life, it's the right combination.
yeah.
And I've traveled with the Altros also. So I've taken this car to Rishikesh. I've done some very, very light off-roading in it. You should not, you should not take the Altros off-road ever. It's not comfortable. The suspension is made only for roads, but it chal jati hai. So
Mm,
I feel like it's a good combination, but if I'm going to be traveling by road, I'm going to do it by bike. I'm not taking a car for a road trip again. I have no fucking reason to want to carry a person and their luggage. भाई खुद आ जाओ खुद आ जाओ learn how to ride a bike
right.
or
So the
sit
thing is,
behind me.
yeah, when once you experience tripping in bike, it's you can't do anything else. Like मेरा खुद मन नहीं करता भाई मैं फैमिली के साथ भी चाहता हूँ मेरा okay फैमिली के साथ I am not the one driving because I
Yeah,
can't fucking drive cars. But it's like मैं हमेशा बोलता हूँ अरे तुम लोग जाओ मैं बाइक से आ जाऊंगा ना.
exactly,
They're like
bro.
no, you're not doing that shit.
Exactly. And then you know what happens? I have to sit in the back seat like this with all the luggage. Like, okay, ठीक है, bye.
Exactly भाई.
Cars are not even comfortable. People say that cars are for the comfort and bikes are for the fun. I find bikes more comfortable.
Same
भाई
भाई.
हवा है पूरी.
हाँ.
Just
And
get used
like
to wearing your gear.
I have
You're
no
fine.
problem with luggage also. I have no problem with luggage also. I can bring
Exactly.
my own luggage. I
Exactly,
don't
dude.
want you to carry my luggage.
Dude, I have my saddlebags in the corner of the room right here. I can pack like easily a month's worth of stuff in that. उससे
भाई
ज्यादा क्या
मैं
चाहिए?
बर्लिन सामान लाया हूँ मैं बाइक पे ले जा सकता हूँ अपना.
Exactly. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing road trips on cars. So having a
Yeah.
EV does make sense. I wanted to get a manual transmission car because my last car was automatic and I want to drive a stick shift. I like driving stick shift.
Mm.
बट हाँ यार शौक के लिए है ये इसका rally mod कर देंगे. City car will be an EV in the future.
Hmm.
And bikes, you know what I want later, but I think that's going to be another episode.
Yes, yes, because uh, I also want to talk about those. Like मैंने अभी तो बता दिए like my plans क्या हैं.
कोई
But
नहीं काट देंगे.
going into going yeah, कोई नहीं, it's fine. Going into detail would be uh yeah would be in future.
Hell yeah, dude.
But yeah, I think that is good enough for the first episode, bro.
Yes, sir. So that is it for today. If you guys found some value in this, please do share it forward. If you're listening to this podcast on any platform apart from YouTube, go watch the video stream on YouTube. And we
Yeah,
hope to see
we
you in the
don't we
next
don't
one.
know what we are putting this on at all.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But Spotify and YouTube पे तो जा ही रहा है, for sure.
Yeah,
So
and all of our Instagram, our personal YouTubes, and our groups, people's YouTube, Instagram will be here because in future we are going to get them also try to get them on here because I don't know because it is very late for Moksh right now. It's
I'm
midnight.
fine, bro. It is almost 3 a.m.
It's almost 3 a.m. for him. It's fucking 11 p.m. for me. I am fine with doing anything because मैं अलग ही time zone में हूँ.
Nah, bro, but
Okay,
it's all good. In the future, once Kevin is back in Delhi, we're gonna have these podcasts recorded at a proper
in
time
person.
and in person.
Yeah,
So
maybe a good setup also. Like who knows?
definitely a good setup, dude. I was
But
lazy with my setup today, but we have
उसके
a
लिए
lot possible.
उसके लिए ये आपको शेयर करना पड़ेगा. We need this to fucking go.
Yes,
Bam, like
sir.
we need this to bang on.
Yes,
Because
sir.
we are planning good shit with this thing, is the Sonic Surge. We are planning a lot of things for the future, and right now, none of us are famous
Make us
to do
famous if
anything.
you want to see cool shit. Is all we're
Yeah,
gonna say.
man.
So भाई वायरल कर दो हम अगले एपिसोड में मिलते हैं
Yes.
Sonic
Peace
Surge
out.
signing off